Hello everyone, Jeff Harvey from Down Under Visa, registered migration agents based in Manila, Philippines. We specialise in visas for Australian Filipino couples. Okay, today we will be talking about partner visas from the Philippines to Australia, delaying the inevitable. Now you're probably looking at the cartoon here and where are we? Behind me there. And you're probably wondering what on earth I'm getting at with that. I guess it's not always easy to summarise a blog article, and I guess I come up with an idea which I find amusing, and I hope others feel the same. This time the issue is about the sometimes reluctance for couples to get married, and the belief that a visa applicant from Philippines can just remain in Australia for a very long time while they keep up a very long delay. My issue and my point is that the department will assess your application, and if you are already married or in an established de facto relationship and can demonstrate a genuine commitment to this relationship, they will grant you a partner visa and they will let you remain in Australia. Now, they will not let you hang around and delay the process in Australia for as long as you can put this off. There are no long stay visas for not yet committed couples. It just plain old doesn't exist. Look, in short, I have to say that what Australia offers to couples compared to what a lot of countries offer, it's not unfair, it's not unreasonable. People get to remain in Australia for a long time on bridging visas. They get to get Medicare, various things like that. It's not a bad deal at all, really. So, but they do have to have some standards, and that's a fact, is you can't just hang around and believe that you have the right to do so. Next point, the right to stay in Australia, a myth. Yes, definitely a myth. Australian citizens have plenty of rights in Australia. This is why you can jump up and down and complain at your local council office or at the transport office if you feel you've been treated if you've been treated unfairly. You're an Aussie, you live in Australia. Your friends and neighbours are behind you, and your local member will back you up if you're not given the traditional Australian fair go. Well, guess what? Your lady from the Philippines isn't an Australian citizen and does not have the same rights. The department has a duty to protect Australia's borders and to only let people in when they meet the criteria set down in the migration regulations. Now, they don't have to care about what she wants, and in reality, they don't really. They're humane, but they don't. What somebody's wishes are, they're not the customer. They have a job to do, and making it easier for both of you to have a smooth and easy transition into Australia according to your own time frame, that really isn't part of it. So basically, you need to meet the regulations and the expectations of the department if you want a visa granted. And the desire or need to delay the process, it just plain old doesn't factor into it. Now, the long stay visa myth. Once again, definite myth. Goodness, I sound like I'm lisping when I'm saying that. Myth, M-Y-T-H. Much of this is caused by the department website stating that there is in existence a 1-year tourist visa option. People see that, it looks like you're shopping at Amazon or something and you're picking out what you like, what size you'd like. Oh, I'll have the 1 year, or maybe just the 6 months. Look, it costs the same, and it sounds like a fine idea to most people. It would be like upsizing your McDonald's or Hungry Jack's meal for free. Of course, you say yes, but what the website doesn't explain is that, well, one, again, it's not a shopping cart where you can just say, I think I'll have that one. Not every option is necessarily available for you in your circumstances. Just remember that this is, tourist visas go out everywhere in the world, and they're offered to every country, every circumstance. They don't necessarily match the circumstances of where your lady comes from. So, if your 60-year-old mum wants to come to Australia, they may well grant her a 1-year stay, because she's not likely to run off and pick fruit in Mildura. She's not likely to be living in a de facto relationship with somebody either. I don't imagine she would be anyway. Highly unlikely. So she's considered to be a low risk, and she has a good reason to be in Australia. She's your mum. You wanted to come and visit and stay for a while, spend time with the grandkids. So yeah, they'll tend to be a little bit softer there. Now the lady in a relationship wants to stay for a year or 3 on tourist visas. No, she has other reasons for wanting to do this, and it's fairly obvious to anybody looking at it that it's because you want to delay applying for a partner visa. So it is really, really painfully obvious. And if you're honest about it, you'll agree that's exactly what you are trying to do. And they know that too. Now you can delay applying for as long as you wish. If you wish to marry in 10 years' time, then go for it. No one can or would stop you. The issue really is that you can't expect Australia to provide a visa for you to be together during your long waiting time. So what if you're not ready? Well, to put it bluntly, simple solution, you wait until you are ready. Now I don't mean to sound insensitive, and I agree that you should never rush into a commitment if you're not ready to make it. You know, I've never pushed anybody about that, ever. You need to be prudent when you're making the biggest decision of your life. As the expression goes, you can't have your cake and eat it too. The regulations for partner visas demand commitment in order to grant a visa. No commitment, no partner visa. So even a prospective marriage visa, now, because that gives you 9 months from the visa grant in which to get married, but it still demands that the commitment exists at the time that you lodge the application. If you're waiting to see how you feel about it after the visa is granted, then you won't get the visa grant in the first place. So basically there is no try before you buy option. Nothing at all. Yes, it would be very helpful if you could get to live together on a trial basis for a year or so before taking the plunge, but it simply is not their concern. It's not their problem. You need to present themselves to them when you are already committed to moving forward and have ironed out any of your trepidations or doubts at that stage. So if you want to let your relationship develop, then you need to accept that you can't do this the whole time in Australia. Tourist visas for Australian and Filipino couples, a delaying tactic. You can apply for tourist visas to spend time together, and look, we at Down Under Visa, we have a great success rate with these applications because in most cases these are couples in real relationships with some evidence and history that shows them as a fairly safe bet to the department. And if that couple wants to spend 3 months together to see how compatible they are living together in Australia, then perfectly fine. The problem comes along when they pretty much already know they're compatible, but they want to remain together for a long time. Now, by the way, if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, have a look down there, you'll see a button there, so please click, please subscribe, and please think of sharing this video with anybody that you think may be interested, particularly your partner. So, thank you for that. Okay, where were we? Delaying tactics. Yeah, so why is it a problem if you try to stay together for a long time on a tourist visa in Australia? It's because that's not what tourist visas were designed for. They were designed for short visits, and then the visa holder goes back to where they came from. They won't let you stay for a year so you can remain together. 3 months is a good length of time, and look, it's long enough to decide if you want to apply for a partner visa, so you can make things permanent. That's my advice has always been, look, if you can't stand being apart, then apply for a partner visa. If you're saying, look, you know, she's going back and I can't stand it, we're going crazy here, can we get another tourist visa? Well, I mean, why are you wanting another tourist visa when you are quite plainly committed? Simple as that. if she goes back and you're okay about it, you'll miss her, but you'll get on with life, well then you're not committed. If you can't stand it, well then, yeah, you are committed. And, don't stuff around, basically. Get on with it. Take the plunge, take the big step. Now, partner visas for Australian Filipino couples. Now, this is the way you remain together permanently, and it's not the one you apply for if you're not yet committed or if you're holding back. So you must be committed to a relationship with each other, which is exclusive and which is permanent. You're not committed? Well, that's okay. Just wait until you are. Get a 3-month tourist visa and spend that time together. Still not committed? Let her go back to the Philippines for a month or so, and maybe you want to try again. Get another tourist visa and see. Another 3 months together and see how you feel. You feel then. So again, if you can't stand being apart, then you're ready for the next step. Apply for a partner visa. Now, okay, supposing you don't want to marry because you don't believe in marriage, or because you can't marry because of an existing marriage, you're having trouble shaking off due to long and drawn out annulments in the Philippines, or you've got custody issues with the ex, or property issues, and would you prefer a de facto relationship? Look, there's no problems, but just realise that a de facto relationship needs to show precisely the same level of commitment and permanency as a marriage, no less. Don't think a de facto relationship is that nice, safe little middle ground with an easy back out provision built into it. That's sure, you can do that. You can move in with anybody, but don't go expecting the department to accept that you are in a committed de facto relationship when you're not. So, don't think you can hold back and keep all your assets and private matters to yourself and still get a partner visa, with a nice little escape clause. It doesn't work like that. So if the issue is cold feet and lack of commitment, then again, you're simply not ready. So wait until you can't wait to tie the knot, and visit each other more often. Whether you come here to the Philippines, whether you get another tourist visa, we'll do that. But just be honest about what it's for. It is a temporary visa. High partner visa fees. You can't afford it yet. Look, this is fairly common and will no doubt become more common as in time. The fees will only ever get higher if you delay. They will never vote the compassionate and fair party into the government who will crank down partner visa fees. That party doesn't exist. They're politicians. They will continue to squeeze you for all they can get. So, but somewhere along the way, if you want to be together, you will need to find these fees. They won't let you delay the inevitable to stay together forever on tourist visas. Now, they're already making it tougher, cutting back on multiple entry tourist visa grants. You will have to find it somehow if you want to stop delaying the rest of your lives and you want to start living together as a couple, as you should be. Thank you.